So after a podium appearance last time out in Japan, the task is very simple. Continue bringing upgrades, improve the car, and close the gap on Red Bull. What's up everybody, welcome back to AHGP, welcome back to F1 Manager. My name is Aaron and I'm managing Mercedes. We're gearing up for the Miami Grand Prix in the United States. So, fresh off of the podium in Japan, we need to continue building on that. We're now second in the Constructors' Championship, 16 points clear of Aston Martin and nearly 20 points clear of Ferrari. But we are 101 points behind Red Bull. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves in trying to chase Red Bull down, but the more we can catch them, the further we're going to move away from Aston and Ferrari. We've got some upgrades, a new design of underfloor on the way, suspension about to be manufactured. I'm going to go ahead and actually design. I've got a list of things here on my notepad of things to improve. So basically what you can do, if I just go sort of tutorial mode for a moment, if you go to car analysis and then you go to car performance on this screen, you can have a look at how your car compares to everybody else. So if I have a look at our car versus Max Verstappen's car, you can see the difference in the chassis. So as a rank on the grid, our chassis itself is pretty rubbish, although we do actually, if I remember correctly, we have designed a second chassis. So that won't be ready for today unless we do this. But at the cost of $4 million, that's probably not really worth it, to be honest. So we might as well just do that for now. Quick manufacture of that. But let's design something new. We haven't got any CFD hours remaining, so the next thing was side pods, and the thing I noted down on that was drag and airflow. So what we're going to do is maximize the drag reduction, but the thing is, the more we do that, then the drag becomes less. So let's have a look very quickly at where the side pods are actually weakest. So drag reduction, we're above average on the grid. Let's compare it to Red Bull. So we need to improve drag reduction. Our engine cooling is actually pretty good compared to Red Bull. So we're still only 13th best on the grid, but it's the airflow in the middle and at the front. So I think I'm going to go for a specialist airflow version of the part. So let's do side pods and then we'll max out these, take away all the weight. There we go. So that doesn't really give us a huge amount, but if we do this, maybe doesn't really do a huge amount. I'm wondering if we do that. There we go. And then this, yeah, that looks a bit better on the stat gains, although doesn't really give us improvement in terms of the actual rank of the car. So let's just go like that. That'll be done end of May. Let's do rush it for middle of May. There we go. $1.5 million. This has been a very ad hoc intro section, I am aware. But basically the board, and this is why I stopped it 2 days before rather than on the eve of the Miami Grand Prix. I've remembered now. The board want to come to the Grand Prix, so we can get double confidence for a better result, a decrease of 2 times for a disappointing result. I'm going to allow them to come along. We need to make sure we achieve the goals. So, all right, just to catch you up before I start qualifying, we've got some damage to the power unit components, so namely the engine and the gearbox for George Russell here. So I'm going to put in a new ICE and a new gearbox. We'll have to take penalties towards the end of the season anyway, because the computer does anyway. And interestingly, I was looking through that comparison section with the car, and the power drop off for the Mercedes power unit is actually the best on the grid. So once it gets to 65% worn, remaining, then there's a power loss which is much lower. It's like 20% lower than all the other power unit providers. So we can actually probably take less penalties in that sense and get a bit more bang for our buck, if that comes across in the right way. So we're ready to go for practice. We've been very quick through practice, as you can see, 29.6 and a 29.7. We actually topped P2 and P3. Yeah, I'm going to dive into Q1 and Q2. I'll see you in Q3, and hopefully we'll be competing for a spot on the front 2 rows. Quick, send Hamilton and get a slipstream from the Red Bull. And Russell can tag along behind. So let's see, because the slipstream is super powerful around here, especially down this back straight where they are now, and then the second, I don't know if you call that the back straight or this the back straight. That's the back wiggle. That's the back straight. You get a nice toe. So hopefully Leclerc doesn't get in the way. Hamilton fastest in the first sector. Not in the middle sector though. Here we go. Perez sets the benchmark. Hamilton half a tenth back. Russell quarter of a second off the pace. Where's Verstappen? Is he on a lap? Looks like it. He's the fastest man in the middle sector. So it looks like he'll probably go to the top of the times. Here he goes. And indeed, he does go fastest. And we are, if I can find it, we are just a tenth and a half off pole position here. It's super, super close. The entire top 9 are within half a second. Leclerc hasn't done a lap yet. He goes 6th. Look at that. Even the Haas of Hulkenberg is less than half a second off of Verstappen's pole time. Sainz and Alonso are coming through. They're going to be a problem on our lap, as is Hulkenberg won't be. Hamilton's going to get traffic here. How bad's it going to be? There's a Ferrari right in his way. Oh, that is disgusting. Was that Sainz? That was Carlos Sainz. That was not a smooth operation. He's mudded our first sector. What's George Russell up to? Not improving first sector either. Need a big middle sector here from Lewis. It is an improvement, but he's not got a toe now to Leclerc, who's about to come across the line for his final effort. He goes 3rd. Where does Hamilton go? Russell's not improving. Hamilton stays 6th. Sainz has successfully negated our attempts to go faster there. Yeah, we've ended up over half a second off pole with Russell. I don't think that's representative of our car. 3rd and 4th row of the grid, beaten by the Ferraris, and Alonso's Aston Martin is in there. But race pace, we've generally been better. Strategy is set for the Miami Grand Prix. Starting George Russell on a set of soft tyres. He'll go soft, medium, soft. Lewis is going to go a bit deeper into the race. Medium, soft, soft for the 7-time world champion. Underfueled both cars. Just did a little bit too much there with Lewis. We're going to go aggressive off the start. It's actually the first time Lewis has out-qualified George this season, if I remember correctly. Let me know in the comments if that is the case or if I am mistaken. But I think we're ready to go. George, not quite as happy with his setup as Lewis, but hopefully he can work around that. Let's go to the grid in Miami, minus the WWE entrances, please. Okay, it's an all Red Bull front row. Is that Perez on pole? What's Perez doing in first place? Why is Perez first? Verstappen definitely qualified on pole. Anyway, we're off and running. And we're through turn 1 with Lewis Hamilton. And that's George Russell going past Lance Stroll for 7th. What tyres is everybody on? Everyone is on mediums except Russell, Stroll, Albon in the top 10. Okay, they're still side by side. They have the inside line onto the back straight here. Stroll trying to hang it out. And I think we might just have the position. Looks like it. Russell up to 7th. Hamilton just behind the Ferraris. Let's go high aggression on the overtakes. Is he close enough to make a dive bomb? Whoa, 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 whoa! Hamilton with the absolute send of the century to go past Carlos Sainz. That was incredible. He's so far back. And Sainz basically stopped to let him through. Incredible. Look at the gap now between them. That's actually really useful for Russell. So when DRS activates, Russell darting around to try and get... He goes through now. George Russell through. Past Carlos Sainz and straight onto the back of Hamilton. Is Hamilton going to go for it again? He's obviously still in high overtake aggression. If he goes for it, it might end in tears, so let's maybe not. The Red Bulls have cleared off. I don't know why Verstappen wasn't on pole. He was definitely P1. Unless I missed something. But there he is in P2. We've fallen 2 seconds there off Lewis. So those guys ahead have gone and we have not gone with them. Russell goes through now, so maybe we'll just use Russell to close the gap. Got a yellow flag.
Head down.
Is that Verstappen is off the track?
Push now.
He's in the wall.
Step it off.
This is unbelievable. The driver who's won every race so far in Season 2 has driven off the track and then straight into the wall. What on earth is Max Verstappen doing there? He's in the wall. He didn't crash by locking up. He just drove straight into the wall. I don't even know if he's going to get going again. Yeah, he is. He's got damage to his front wing. Hasn't pitted. So he's going to be slow. Okay, so Perez now leads by 2 seconds from Leclerc. And we need to catch Alonso so we can maybe have a shot at a podium. This top 5 is starting to get very tasty as George Russell has a good old look at the back of the Aston Martin there into turn 1. We have saved up a bit of energy. With Lewis, we'll avoid high risk curbs, just drop the tyre temps. He's dropping a second behind Russell. In fact, what I'll do is lower the use of tyres with both drivers. Could just sit there, I suppose, and hopefully wait for these two to collide. But he's got the soft tyre, so we might as well use it. And here he goes down the inside. We're having a look at Alonso, and are we going through? I think we are. The Russell Shuffle for 3rd place now. Let's deploy and make it stick. He's right on Leclerc. We might even be going for 2nd place here. Through goes George Russell for 2nd position. He was deploying, so that would explain it. And now we're into 2nd position. Hamilton is trailing Alonso. He'll get DRS. Yes, he will. Russell defending from Leclerc. And now closing on Perez, who does a 35.0. Russell 7/10 faster. We are now definitely within DRS of Perez. So it's starting to come together for Mercedes. Hamilton having a look at Alonso, losing confidence because he can't overtake him. But what we'll do is turn it up to high overtake aggression, drive in clean air, deploy. Surely he'll get through here. Send it. Go on. There he goes. Through goes Hamilton. Get in. Or not. Go away, Alonso. Right, maybe we can make a shot at leading this race with Russell. Because if there's a Red Bull you want on its own in the lead and vulnerable, it would probably be Sergio Perez. no offence meant. We're still deploying with Russell there. I think we're going to go for the lead here. We're going for the lead around the outside. Can we get through? Not quite yet. Or we're going to just force our way through. We might as well deploy onto the straight. I'm sure we'll go through. Here we go then with George Russell. We got close to leading this race last season with Lewis Hamilton, but we didn't quite manage it. He's on the outside. That's not the position to be in terms of trying to make the overtake.
Charge the pack.
Hamilton closing in as well on Leclerc. What's the tyre situation looking like? Hamilton's used a lot more of his tyre, so we do need to just look after them a bit more. But then I suppose if we went a bit earlier and undercut, we might be alright. Russell will get a sweet undercut on this lot because they're all on mediums. But obviously, it'll be for him to make the ground so he's got some gap while he's got the fresh mediums, so that hopefully they don't catch him back up. So Perez now returns to the high 34s. Russell at 34.4. Albon into the pit lane. Verstappen, by the way, is still last with a new front wing. He has pitted. So, yeah, Verstappen's day not quite going to plan. Okay, Russell has got back up to Perez and is actually having a look at taking the lead. That wasn't really what I wanted because he's now compromised coming into the pit lane for those medium tyres. We need a good stop here, please, lads. It is a decent stop at 2.7. That'll just have to do. Where will we come out? Ahead of the Haas of Magnussen? No, we're going to be ahead of the McLaren of Norris, but we'll probably get some DRS assistance here from the Haas. But with these DRS overtakes, we do just gain a serious amount of lap time. Ocon's next. So we'll just take the driving clean air off. And we'll just rinse and repeat this. Ocon even gets out of our way. Okay, that's useful. And, Hamilton's pit stop is approaching. He's now 4 seconds adrift of Perez, who's lost the lead to Leclerc, who's putting on one of those magic bursts, but is using tyres to do it. I'm wondering if the AI here are going to go for a one-stopper, a medium hard. We could be in the pound seat come the end of the race if they're on old hards, and then we are on softs. In fact, there's Leclerc into the pit lane for a set of hards. So the AI is going for a one-stopper. We're going to do a two-stopper from here. Hamilton has got some decently worn softs remaining. You know what? I'm going to go for the used set first. Save the new set for the final stint. Russell has massively undercut Leclerc by some 4.5 seconds, nearly 5 seconds now, and is on a faster tyre. So we can continue to push, and we might have a great chance of snatching a massive result in this race through sheer strategy. Hamilton heading to the pit lane. Does Perez go in first? He doesn't. In comes Hamilton. We need a good stop here, please, boys. Softs to the end of the race then for Hamilton with another stop to make. Now Perez comes in and comes out just behind Hamilton. Okay. And crucially, what's he on? Hards. So he probably won't catch Hamilton on those. Russell now leads the race by 10 nearly seconds. 9.5 seconds to Leclerc, who's on hards to the end of the race. And we've got to stop again, but we will be putting on softs. Hamilton has indeed lost that position to Perez, but it's fine. He's right on the Red Bull's tail. And Perez is closing down Leclerc. Gap down to 1.5 seconds. Gap out in front, still 9.6. George Russell, I think he's very happy in the lead of the race. He's at peak confidence. Alright, we're a couple of laps out from pitting both drivers. We've got enough of a gap to double stack. So, as Ocon sets a 31.0 fastest lap. The gap is 9 seconds. It has been down as low as 8. Perez has just got into second place, and there's still squabbling going on here in front of Hamilton. But crucially, the gap to Sainz is almost 22 seconds now. So Russell can probably attack on his tyres, use everything that's left of them, because he's got one more lap to do. Hamilton, I'm going to go and get him to do the same. He's actually going past Charles Leclerc here in the first sector. This is brilliant. Lewis Hamilton goes past Charles Leclerc. Excellent move from the multiple world champion, and now he might even be going past Sergio Perez. That was almost contact. Right, driving clean air, Lewis. Keep the Ferrari behind, but driving clean air, and now overtake the Red Bull. We're going to deploy. Actually, we're going to keep that for the lap out of the pit lane. So what's their tyre life now? They're at 73 for Leclerc, 78 for Perez. And Perez is obviously historically very good on his tyres. We don't have another set. We've got a fresh set of hards we could put Russell on. I don't think they'd be nearly fast enough. So here we go. Fresh set of hards for Hamilton. Russell is going for it. Hamilton as well. And good stop for Russell, 2.5 seconds. He should come out in third place. Hamilton should come out maybe 6th. Yeah, Stroll maybe might get past him. Russell out in third position. Hamilton out in 7th, but we have got tyres for days. And hopefully we'll have the pace to close down what is a 9.5 second gap to Sergio Perez. And on fresh softs, I think we're going to have all the answers to whatever defence they put up. Hamilton, his target is just to get on the podium. There's a few seconds. He's actually just going past Lance Stroll as I speak. There's 5 seconds now to Alonso and Sainz, who are battling. Alright, lap time wise, first flying lap out of the pits, Russell's done a 31.4, which is 2 seconds quicker than Leclerc and 1.9 seconds faster than Perez. So I think we've got everything we need to go and win this race with George Russell. Hamilton actually did a 31 flat, so he's even faster. Okay, Russell has already caught Charles Leclerc. he's gonna just, yeah, here we go. Whichever way you want, please, George. Job done. 12 laps to go. We've got to keep an eye on our fuel. Russell's saving his fuel there. Hamilton's caught Sainz. So let's drive in clean air. Lewis has got plenty of battery and plenty of tyres. So we're going to go through. No, not quite the dive bomb of lap 1 or 2, was it? Seems so long ago. This race has unfolded in a spectacular way for us. Sainz driving the widest Ferrari known to man, but not wide enough in the end. And we can even harvest actually with Russell, who's now right behind Sergio Perez. We'll harvest some battery here. Or will we? George Russell might even have other ideas. Let's drive in clean air in a moment to go through. We might as well deploy now. Go for it, George. Go for the overtake. Let's take the lead in helmet cam. We're swarming around the rear end of the Red Bull. To the inside. And to the lead of the Grand Prix. The Russell Shuffle takes him all the way to the lead of the Miami Grand Prix. And now we need to disappear. Look after the tyres. That is indeed how we roll. Hamilton is 6 seconds behind Perez, so let's deploy with him. That time last time round, he's actually smashed past Alonso. I didn't even notice that. It's on 30.9. We are absolutely flying. Hamilton could end up second. Hamilton now right with Charles Leclerc. I don't think he's going to have the pace and the amount of laps left to catch Perez. It's just over 6 seconds to the Red Bull, who's actually hanging with Russell fairly gamely. Gap is only 2 seconds. We are managing everything with George at the moment. But the moment has come to make it a double podium, I think. Is Hamilton going to go through here? He is. There we go. 2 Mercedes on the podium momentarily, but Leclerc fighting back. Will deploy. We are conserving fuel with Hamilton as it stands. We'll do the same with Russell, because there are just 6 laps to go. Lewis needs to now disappear from the sight of Charles Leclerc. When we get to lap 56, we'll just attack with Hamilton on the tyres, because there's no need. There'll be no need for them afterwards. We're going to get DRS here. We might as well attack now. Here we go then. Lewis Hamilton to make it a Mercedes 1-2. Can we get through? Not yet. Let's harvest through the first sector. So we've got plenty of battery. Leclerc has just dropped like a stone. Right. We'll set it up for maybe the final lap, unless Hamilton has other ideas. Let's just make sure we have enough fuel to finish the race first. Before we go about this, we're just going to destroy the tyres. Doesn't matter. So let's deploy here, drive in clean air. We're going through, not yet. Not quite close enough, so last lap, George Russell starts the final lap of the Miami Grand Prix. Is Hamilton going to be able to get through? Let's push and deploy with the engine. And then on this wiggle straight, we'll drive in clean air. Surely we can get past. Oh, we're running out of fuel. Go for it, Lewis, quick! And then save the fuel. Right, there we go, we're through. It's a Mercedes 1-2.
Yeah, copy.
Where's the Perez? Stay in third. Right, save the fuel, save the fuel. Perez is going to have DRS here, that's not ideal. Russell's coming down the back straight. I need to keep an eye on Hamilton. Make sure he doesn't lose his position. We need him to save the fuel. I think Perez is going to get us back. Yeah, it looks like he will. There's Russell. Hamilton's lost the position. Dang it. But it's fine. George Russell wins the Miami Grand Prix for Mercedes. We're winners again. Hamilton, please make the line. He has made the line. That was so close. Oh my gosh. Oh, half a second off of a 1-2, but a double podium. Yeah, I thought, yeah, just a podium would be fantastic. But we've won. We've won the race. We've beaten Ferrari by 10 seconds. Okay, Verstappen mudded himself early on, crashing into the wall when he really didn't need to. But George Russell has capitalised. We've executed a beautiful strategy. And we've won the race. Unbelievable. Hamilton's first podium of the season. And George Russell celebrates his second career victory. Excellent. Get in there. Beautiful scenes in the Mercedes garage. George Russell takes the top step of the podium. Mercedes 1-3. Fantastic. Spray the champagne, lads. Hamilton. It's Lando Hamilton because he's done the Lando thing with the champagne. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Is this a sign of things to come, potentially, with the developments we've got coming for the car? Maybe Red Bull can be caught. This is only 5 races in. There's still another 18 left to go, incredibly. Let me know in the comments if you think we can catch Red Bull this season. Yeah, I mean, is the Constructors' Championship on? I wonder. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We've won the race. Our second victory in, what, 8 races? 9 races, maybe? We won in Mexico, of course, last season with Lewis Hamilton. Now we've won with George Russell. Convincing win as well. 5 seconds on Perez by the end, and we were just stroking it home. Such a shame we couldn't get Hamilton into P2, because it would have made it for a great thumbnail, actually, I think, having a Mercedes 1-2. But Mercedes 1-3 is excellent. No points for Max Verstappen. So the lead at the top of the championship closes. Perez, I think, has finished second in every race so far. George Russell, second podium, first win. Hamilton now up to 5th behind Leclerc. Constructors-wise, we do close the gap on Red Bull a little bit. We've demolished Ferrari and Aston Martin for now. So it's just about carrying this on in Imola, the next round, and then on into Spain and Monaco through the European season. So what a result. What a fantastic result. Leave your love for that in the comments. Give the video a big thumbs up simply because we won the race. Yeah, like I said, if you enjoyed that, give the video a big thumbs up. Subscribe for more F1 Manager content. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. You're the best fans. Enjoy the victory, everybody. I'll see you in Imola next time. Bye for now.